It's hard to believe that February is gone. Let's have a little flip through. This year I've been really loving my Pocket Moleskine Daily. Now that February is gone, I want to have a little flip through to show what I've done to the pages of that month. And surprise, surprise, I also just switched to a different cover. So the month of March will be spent with a different cover that you might have seen in the videos before. So while we're on it, let me show it off to you real quick. So this one is from a store on Etsy called Extra Studio or Extra Leather Studio. And it is in this embossed leather with flowers. And the reason I actually got it, it was kind of a surprise purchase for me, is that my very first TN, a regular size TN back in the days, I want to say probably 10 years ago, was made out of this very leather, the same one. And then when I was on Etsy shopping for something else, when I saw that there is a pocket cover made out of same leather, I was like, oh my god, I have to have it. You know, it's just one of those things. It looks so beautiful. It is definitely a pure pocket sized cover, so it is taller on the top. My notebooks used to be in a passport cover that fit them just perfectly, exactly to the height and to the width. Since this one is intended for pocket notebooks, it is taller, so you can see you have plenty of room on the top and on the bottom if you want to have like tabs or little trinkets hanging here. You have a little bit of room here on the side too if you want tabs. One thing is that this cover does not come with pen loops, so I just used an external pen loop that came with the passport kit, and I just attached it to the last page of my weekly, which is right here. So this is daily, weekly, and I kind of attached the pen loop in the middle of them. Another thing about this cover, it does not have with an enclosure elastic going across. It actually uses the native elastic that Moleskine Pocket comes with itself. So there is a slit here in the back of the planner. I'll go and show it to you in a bit. Actually, let's do this. There is a slit here in the back through which you feed the actual elastic that comes with the planner itself. So you use it to enclose the cover with its own native elastic. It totally works because the elastic on Moleskine Daily is pretty long. It actually, some people complain that it's a bit too loose if you don't use the elastic. But I decided to actually get a separate elastic, and actually found one online. You will see it in future videos. It's an elastic that goes across, and it actually has a couple pen loops built into it, so I might get rid of this one. But anyway, so let's move on to the actual flip through. So in this cover, when I open it, you see I have both Moleskine Daily and Weekly. We're gonna do the flip through of the Daily today. As you can see, this cover is a folio style, so there is no connecting elastics here. It's just two planners in here, and since that's all I've been using in my previous cover, just these two with no other inserts, I was totally fine with that without having, you know, to be able to add anything else. But even if I really wanted to, I can always do connecting elastic here and attach another attachment to this one or to that one, just like you would do in any TN. So let's get to it. So in this month, in month of February, obviously this was a month with Valentine's Day in it, which in my household is a pretty big day because this is the day when my husband and I start dating, and actually this year it was a pretty big anniversary for us. So these are monthly spreads. As we know, they are pretty tiny in the Moleskine Daily. The little squares are very small, so because of that I do not do a lot of decorations here. I just did, you know, added some little washi here in red, and then another stick in red, and little flower here because, you know, we're kind of heading towards spring. And then I just marked the important days. I marked a couple of birthdays here, and I put, you know, marked Valentine's Days, of course. And then we also went on a trip, so I marked the days for our trip here. And then off to the dailies themselves. So again, because I know that that was a month of Valentine's, I decided to switch the color scheme a little bit. So in the previous month there were a lot of greens and blues and browns, because, you know, January is a cold month, it's a winter, so I had a lot of blues. And then in February I decided, since it's Valentine's and we're kind of heading towards spring, even though the weather been really crazy around here, I decided to start adding warmer pinker, redder colors, and also hearts. So you can see here in this particular spread where we have January here and February here, I decided to use this narrow washi with hearts. And then I used a little peach color zebra Mildliner here, and I also highlighted the days with it. And I kept on writing the names of the weekdays just with the Food Touch brush pen in larger letters. Even though they're here, I think it's kind of nice not to have this empty and actually have the date in bigger letters up in here. And I used a bunch of these cute stickers. So I got this a whole jam pack of stickers with little bunnies from Amazon, and I've been loving it. It is so cute and adorable, and there are stickers here for every occasion that you can only think of. And so you will see that primarily I've been using these stickers to commemorate different kind of events. And as I've said in my previous video, you will see that in this planner, because it is a planner versus a journal, it has a lot of to-dos and tasks and things like that. But also there are some times when I don't have a lot to do going on, or if it's a weekend or a travel day or something like that, I also do a little bit of journaling here. So let's go on to the next day. So as you can see, I start adding a lot of like the hearts and flowers and the reds. In this particular planner, I use only one pen to write with, and it's this one. It's an ENERGEL Clena in brown, and this one is in 0.5. I also have one in 0.4. So the concern with Moleskine paper is that it's not exactly a juicy pen friendly paper, right? So if you have anything thicker than 5, or if you have a fountain pen, it might bleed through or show through. So it is a little bit of a case with that pen as well. I don't know if you can see, but you can tell on the back that there is something written here. It doesn't bother me. I am also not the person that presses too hard on my pen. I'm not a lightest of writers either, but I've been finding it okay. I mean, you can see from previous days, it's not like it bleeds through severely. I mean, you can barely see it. So it's up to you what you want to do. I really love ENERGEL Clenas. I just love them as pens, and so I was glad that I am able to use it here still. If this little bothers you, fine, either maybe get a even finer one like 0.3, which Clenas do have, or perhaps use like a ballpoint pen that does not bleed through on Moleskine paper. But I love this pen and I use it. It's in this brown, sepia kind of color, and I really love it. It's not as severe as black color. And so as you can see here, so for the decorations, I change them up every day a little bit. I kind of have a base, group of what I use. So out of stickers, I use these cute bunny stickers because there are so many of them and they fit a lot of occasions. I love them. You will see them all throughout here. I also use stickers here from Ivory Paper Co. I also use, you will see some stickers from Coffee Monsters Co. I use these stickers from Rolly washi set that I got from Jet Pens, and they are like this roll of different stickers that are all in the same pack here. They're really cute, and also some of the plants, you will see them throughout here as well. Different washes, this washi that you just saw with the hearts. I also, for this month, because I have so many, I literally just assembled a set of Valentine related thin washes. So these were in kind of golds and reds. And so that's what I decided to do. I decided to kind of like create a mini decoration kit just for this month, so I don't have to carry my big Delphonics pouch right here all over the place with me. But instead I created kind of like a smaller kit that I carry with my portable zipped little pouch here, and everything fits in here. So the things again that I use are these thin washi tapes. For example, on this page, these stickers come from this kit. This sticker here came from here. Some of the stickers here came from Create with Pen sticker sets that I have in my other set. And for the pen, I use a Food Touch brush pen, which one is right here. And the only thing about it I discovered is that it does bleed. As you can see here, you can see letters from the other side. So I love it a lot, but because of that, I'm now using it sparingly and try to, when I write, just write 3 letters for the day of the week and be very light with it. And if I see something bleeding through too much, I'm gonna put sticker over it. I would suggest to maybe have stickers for this part if you want to fill it in, or use maybe draw with pencil or a ballpoint pen or something like that, because this paper does let these bleed through. So for this particular day, I had, you know, a to-do list here, so I wrote that out. As before, whenever I work, I just do this big bracket and I say this was my work day, and I put girl here with a laptop. At the bottom, for every day, I do track weather. So Moleskine Daily does have a space here for it. There is one for like sunny, cloudy, or so on, and then the temperature. So what I do for the sun and clouds and so on, I have this a little cute erasable stamps here. So I have one for cloud, I have one for the sun, and I don't have one for the rain because, as I mentioned before, in California it doesn't really rain, but it does now. So I have a I might get a rain one, or actually snow one too at this point, stamp to use for the dailies. But so far, whenever it rains, I just use the cloud, and when it's not raining, it's sunny, I use a little sun. So as you can see here, these are little stamps, and then I write the temperature in just the pen, and it's been working out for me. The only thing about these stamps, they are pretty juicy, so they will, and because they're erasable, they actually don't sip into your paper. The ink stays on the top of the paper. That's just by design, and so because of that, it stays wet, so when you close the book, it will basically goes on your other page. So to prevent that, I just have a little piece of you know, tissue paper here, which I put in between, and then I close the pages and it takes care of it. So this is a weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So the weekends are kind of funny. Sometimes they end up being really busy, and you will have a whole bunch of to-dos here. You know, you will see me do this, do this, do this, checking things out. And sometimes they're actually, you know, just full of fun and not work. Like, for example, here, most of the day was taken up by, you know, resting and then attending family barbecue. I like commemorating it. And as I mentioned, I like that this little book is a combination of a to-do list, right? It's a planner, but it's also a journal where I commemorate, you know, the little events, and I do little memory keeping. So it comes out really cute because of that. And moving on to the next day. So here you can see I switched back to the sticker from Create with Pen for other days of the week, because I noticed that my Pentel for the touch was actually bleeding quite a lot, which before I didn't notice. So I don't know if it's as I'm using it, the ink gets distributed differently throughout the pen itself, because it didn't do it in the beginning and does now, but it's okay, I still love it. So as you can see here, it was a work day, so I have, you know, my brackets to show where my work day is, and then on the days when I had an important appointment, I you know, wrote it out, and I also highlighted it with my zebra Mildliners to kind of give it a little bit more attention, and I keep them right here on the other side of this really handy little pouch. So here they are. I love them. They are in these mild earthy colors that literally match like everything, all the stickers that I have, and been using, you know, more of the earthy browns and beiges and peaches for you know, February and going forward. So in January I used a lot of like this gray and brown, because they were more cozy and kind of like, for me, associated with like a colder weather. But because we're in spring, I'm trying to use like these peaches and sages and light, you know, coffee browns here. And so as you can see over here, I use this peach one right here, and then I use this sagey one here to highlight the appointment. And because I did have an appointment, I put like a little clock here, and so this one comes from this roll right here. I also use some stickers from Coffee Monster's Co over here, and you know, some of the actual carrots, because I did a grocery shopping. I used some carrots that came from the bunnies. So basically, you know, like the happy family of stickers. There are stickers from every walk of life here, all different, you know, Ivory Paper Co, Coffee Monsters Co, Create with Pen, these ones from this set right here, and I have highlighter from Zebra Mildliner. And then moving on here, another work day, and I did it in about the same manner, but I changed up the washi tape here to this golden one. And this Wednesday and Thursday, I like how they have like this peachy pink and the sagey one, and the same colors appear in this washi tape, even though they come from different makers, but they all play really well with each other, and I like that. And again, I used the bunny, and usually when I have a work day, I would put like the coffee or laptop or something like that, but sometimes, you know, I just mix it up and put different things. Again, I have another appointment here, which again I highlighted with a zebra Mildliner, and as I mentioned, I tried to mix it up. So on here I had a lunch with a friend, so I put it in the middle of my work day, and because I hung out with my friend, I put a sticker of friends here from Create with Pen, and this Ivory paper girl, she is working hard on her laptop, as I do at work. And then for dinner with family, because we also like drinking tea, I put a little teapot here. And on this day I was doing laundry, so I found the sticker when he has like this bunch of tea socks, so I put them here as well. And this day, this week was really tiring, so I did a lot of resting, so I have this little bunny with a pillow. And as always, I annotated the weather here. So now this one was really fun. My husband and I, we went to downtown LA here to Grand Central Market. So I noted here, and I accidentally actually wrote with the black version of ENERGEL Clena. And after I wrote it, I was like, oh my god, oops, has to be brown. So I wrote with brown over it, so it just ended up being really dark. I put again, you know, them going out together to this little date, and I put a little plant here from Create with Pen. Also a laptop from her, because I did sit down later that day and edited a video from the week before, and had the dinner with fam, so I put like a little boba here. And back on Monday again working, so the laptop girl is back. I also had a dentist appointment, which again, the same thing, I wrote it out and highlighted it with zebra Mildliner, and then I created a little to-do list for myself, the grocery shopping, laundry, and it was also one of my nephew's birthdays, so I messaged him. And over here you see I switched to a milder Mildliner here. So instead of using Food Touch pen, which, you know, I love, but it's really juicy and dark, I decided to start using the Mildliners here instead, to see if they bleed a little bit less. So I started using this one right here. I know it ends up really faint and not as pronounced as when I use Food Touch, but at least it doesn't bleed through and I can still see that it is there. And what I decided to do, also took an embellishment because it is really light. I started getting the tiniest of stickers from the bunny set, because even though there are bunnies here, you can also see there are tiny stickers kind of thrown all throughout the sheets. So I decided to just put them next to the name of the weekday to kind of, you know, decorate a little bit more. And here was my favorite day of this whole month, and that was Valentine's Day, and that was my husband and my 25th anniversary of being together. As I mentioned, we started dating on the Valentine's Day. We were single, and we decided to be each other's Valentine, and we've been together ever since. I know, I'm sorry, don't puke. All our friends always go and tell us that we are just so annoying and gross. So here I decided to just go all out with all the lovey-dovey stickers, and a lot of them are from bunnies, and a lot of them are from Create with Pen. So this one is from the bunny set, so this one and this one is Create with Pen. And then I also used the heart washi here, of course, and I just even though it was a work day, I didn't care. I just wrote a big happy Valentine's Day, and then we had dinner. We decided not to go out because it tends to be really crazy in restaurants, so we just bought dinner and ended up having it at home. And the following day was also work day, but I continued with Valentine theme, and I put, you know, the one with the hearts here and just a bunch of bunnies because they're so cute. And I went and picked up Happy Mail from one of my online Instagram planner bestie, Rosie Planners. And here I wrote out, you know, I had to go to work, but then we were going on a trip to celebrate our anniversary, we're going to Solvang, which is a small Danish village here in California. I did work on Thursday, so I put my regular stickers, but I had to prepare, of course, for the trip, so I did a lot of laundry here, which, you know, I had to cook. So I put this bunny here that kind of was squished by the tea because, you know, he's done a lot and now he has to like rest and recover after all this work I've done. And then on Friday, when was actual trip day for us, I worked part of the day, and then we are going on a trip, and I wrote a little bit of memory keeping here that this is our anniversary trip. And I put a little couple here of bunnies with little hearts. And because in Solvang, they are Danish village, they have a lot of windmills. I actually found a windmill in the bunny stickers. Surprisingly, they actually had a windmill, and I put a couple here taking photos in front of windmill, which we did. And as I mentioned, I put little images here next to the days of the week to kind of like, you know, spruce them up a little bit. And I use zebra Mildliner here. So as you can see, this spread is kind of an interesting combination, right, of a planning but also memory keeping. And that's what I like about this planner, that it works as both for me, and it's not just like your dry to-do list, but I can actually look back to the days and have some fun memories in them as well. And of course, this was the actual days when, you know, the weekend when we were there. I did all the things. And as you can see, there is zero planning here. This is all memory keeping. And you can tell right away how full the pages are, right? They're completely filled in with writing, with stickers. You know, I wrote out all what we had for breakfast and for lunch and for dinner and where we went. And of course, I had to fill it up with happy couples. So I found all the bunny stickers that had couples on them, you know, the happy couple, you know, walking here to the breakfast, and us eating all that food, and then, you know, we're giving kisses to each other and all that. So this actually one of my favorite spreads here, even though it has nothing with planning, but it's all about memory keeping, and I think it's really cute. Again, the name I did the weather, and because it was, you know, like this anniversary Valentine's weekend, I did put the red thin washi here, and I used matching sage highlighter here and wrote out a day and put little stickers. I love that one. And then the next day, it was Monday, but we had a holiday here in the United States, so it was really nice to have a relaxing day after vacation. So it was really nice to have this vacation from vacation kind of day, and I did a lot of catch up, just did bills and taxes and laundry. I also had dentist, you know, kind of just like rounded up that time off. And then on Tuesday, of course, I was back to work again, my laptop here, and you know, just wrote what I needed to do, some grocery shopping and the laundry. It feels like it just never ends, right? This one was another combination of planning and memory keeping, because I did go to work here, and you know, just reminding myself I was working on some budget spreadsheet. But then on that day, I woke up feeling like total poop, and I decided to stay home away from working, and you know, I just felt crappy. So I put a little sticker of this bunny laying under the dark cloud and not feeling well. It also rained, and it was really cold, so there was a lot of snow throughout California too, which was really weird. And so I just gonna put this bunny under the rain, and for dinner my husband got us delicious Peruvian food, so that helped a lot. It always does. And in the weather, I reflected there was rain and also snow. I ended up just drawing snowflake by hand. So this is my little sad sick memory spread here. And the following day, I felt better, so I was back to work, you know, again, drinking coffee and making phone calls and all that. Dinner with family, so little cute bunnies hugging here. And it was really windy, so I made a note of that. And on Saturday, as you can see, again, it's all about memory keeping. It was very rainy. It was a nice, dark, lazy day, and so I commemorated that. I just put, you know, bunny with snowflake and rain and all that. And I was helping my dad out a little bit. He's moving, so I put furniture here because I was helping him pack and move his furniture. And again, this weather been really unusual for us in the last couple of weeks. So because of that, you will see me notating the weather more than usual. Usually I just have, you know, the temperature and the sun or the cloud, but here you see me actually writing out what it was, because the weather was so crazy and unusual for us. I mean, every day there was something else. There was rain, there was weird snow that looked like styrofoam, there was a bunch of snow in other neighboring towns, there was crazy wind that almost like felt like it would blow our roof off. It was just, you know, wild. So because of that, you will see me writing a little bit more in the weather. Again, on Sunday was another restful day. Again, you see not a lot of to-dos, more journaling of what we had for breakfast. You know, my daughter and I, we went to Barnes & Noble and we got some books there. It was a lot of fun. You know, at night just was editing video and reading and all that. So it was really cool. Of course, I had yummy dinner with family, so I commemorated that as well. And the next day back to work, as you can see. But you know, I actually like it because then I can put some other stickers, because you know, like when you're at home, I don't know, sometimes I feel like nothing much is happening, but at work there are different things. So I just put again working sticker here, wrote coffee is life, because it is, especially on Monday. And my poor dad, I've noted here, my poor dad been moving, and of course, as luck would have it, every day that he's been moving been this really cold, rainy, terrible weather. So I just noted that my poor dad has to be moving during this weather. Again, it's a laundry day. And then I also wrote down that this cold, rainy day is perfect for reading. So I put little Coffee Monsters Co. sticker here, reading a book with a nice cup of tea. And here we are at the end of the February. So here we're switching from February to March. I actually hasn't decided yet on what color scheme I'm gonna use for March. I think I'm gonna introduce a little bit more of blues back, but they're not gonna be like a wintry blue, but more kind of like a spring blue, sky blue. Probably a little bit more of mint. So I start using here a mint pen. So instead of using a Mildliner, I just used another ENERGEL Clena in this turquoise color. And it was obviously Tuesday and Wednesday, so there were work days, and so I noted here working. I also had an appointment with an eye doctor, so I wrote it out here. I ended up finally going to post office and sending happy mail out. Had to buy groceries, so I have a little girl carrying grocery bag. And because even though this is March and this is February, because they're on the same spread, I decided to do them all in the same style so they match. And I like this spread really a lot as well. It's really cute. So here you have it. So this is how my February went. It was a lot of fun. It was travel, it was crazy weather, it was hanging out with the family. I liked how my theme went, and I liked using all my supplies. And again, everything that I've used here, I'm gonna put links in the description down below so you can check them out for yourself. I really enjoyed this little planner. I like the size of it. I used to think that to really plan things out and to really memory keep, you need to have a bigger planner to fit it all, but it also can be intimidating because then you can feel like you have to fill it all out. With this size of the planner, it's just enough space, at least for me, to memory keep, to plan, and then also have a lot of free space so that I can rest on it, and when I need more space, I can fill it all out and still feel like I kept, you know, all my memories together, and I can look back and look at all of the cute things and all the fun things we did together. And I think for me, it's definitely going to be a planner for this year. I don't see switching it up to anything else. I'm really enjoying being in here and noting my life, and also it's perfect size to carry around. It's not heavy, it's not big. I can pop it into my purse with ease, you know, and I love my new cover, of course. It's so adorable. And so as you can see, it's pocket and it fits both daily and weekly, but of course you can totally just use it for daily only. And I really like all of my supplies. They're working out so well. I like this little pouch that I can take with me to work when I plan at work. So this is the fun time I spend in my little planner. And if you have any questions, please leave me in the comments. Let me know what size planner is your favorite. Let me know which spreads here were favorite, which supplies did you like the most. And if you like these kind of videos, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. And until then, you take care. Bye.